All right, man, we back. Appreciate the love, support. All my social media links in the description. If you want to support me on social media, Twitter, Basketball, Facebook, and Instagram, check out the Big Talk playlist for more videos like this. But the word on the street is that the Lakers have been shopping Russell Westbrook. All right, they said they tried to have they had discussions about flipping him or trading him for Ben Simmons and other details. So it's going around the internet, and obviously we talked about yesterday um, that he said that he really didn't care about winning the championship. That life goes on, all right. That ain't the main goal. So like I said before, maybe he knows that he about to get traded, or maybe he knows something different. But at the same time, you can't say that. He said something like that in Washington, like he really didn't care about winning, that he won that life and all that, and that's true. He has won that life. That is a fact. He has changed his life from a guy that was a virtual unknown coming out of high school in California to being a top 5 pick in the NBA. You can't knock that. You can't knock that, bro. That's huge. So, like I said before, he's right. He's right, bro. Like he came up, and that's what he cared about. And everybody, if you see the video yesterday, obviously my power back on. We doing a regular format again, but you know, uh, but uh, but yeah, everybody goal in the NBA ain't to be a champion or ain't to be great. Some people happy just being on the roster. Some people just happy to be in the NBA. Some people just, happy to be an all-star like him. Some people just happy to make millions. Everybody ambition ain't to be great. Everybody NBA can play, but everybody don't have the same work ethic and ambitions to play. The only thing that separate them is those things in athleticism and the will to win. Everybody ain't trying to win like LeBron and Jordan. But but yeah, like I said before, I knew this was a bad deal when they traded for him. Him and LeBron do the same thing. I'm gonna talk about Ben Simmons later. Trading him for Ben Simmons is the same thing. They should have went on and flipped him for Buddy Hield. They should have went on and traded for Buddy Hield in the beginning of the season. That made way more sense. That made too much sense. That's the move that you want to make. Buddy Hield get somebody that can get his own bucket. He can spot up and shoot. That's what you want. It's about fit. That's what this is about. It's about fit. And a lot of your people don't know basketball. Oh, get Ben Simmons, get Ben Simmons. That's the same thing with Russell Westbrook, bro. When you talking about LeBron James, when you talking about Kobe and Shaq, let's talk about Kobe and Shaq because I'm tired of losing LeBron James example. When you talk about Kobe and Shaq, bro, um, look about people that was around now. Glenn Rice, Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Robert Ory. What was important about that? They can space the floor and shoot for Shaq and Kobe. You didn't hear that. You didn't have that shit between Shaq and Kobe that you got with Ben and Joel. Well, I got to stay on the 3 point line and clear the lane out. Well, Shaq and Kobe didn't have an issue with clearing the lane out because they knew how to play basketball. Even though they didn't like each other, we knew that for a fact. But they understood how to play basketball. They understand how to feed Shaq, and they understood how Kobe can slash with Shaq in the lane. They understood how to spray the floor. They knew Shaq and Kobe was going to occupy the paint, right? Fisher, Glenn Rice when he was there, Rick Fox, Ori, all spaced the floor, and they all was able to defend their position. All right, with Ben Simmons on the floor, same thing with LeBron, and with AD should be dominating the paint. LeBron should be dominating the paint. Everything, but everybody else is spacing the floor, and then you might have a guy that come off the bench and get his own bucket, or a couple of them guys. But everybody else was just the 3 and D guys. And you had a couple guys. You had a guy that can go get a bucket off the bench, and that can come in and spell Kobe and spell Shaq, whatever. That's how you do that. And you go out there and you get 2 guys who can't shoot. So you got 3 guys that got to occupy the paint. And if you playing Kendrick Nunn, that's 4 that I could think of. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. LeBron, LeBron and Russell slashing the AD. For that to happen, AD is gonna have to play on the block and in the low post. LeBron gonna have to play on the block. So anybody knew basketball knew Buddy Hield was the guy. But let's read the article real quick. It says, report Lakers have held trade discussion around Russell Westbrook. He says, make sure I can see this. Okay, although the Los Angeles Lakers have no shortage of superstar talent, many fans, NBA fans, feel that the members of the team's Big Three aren't capable of playing effectively alongside each other on a consistent basis. The fit of Russell Westbrook is common criticism. A lot of folks believe that his playing style doesn't mix well with those of LeBron and Anthony Davis. An interesting development, it sounds like the Lakers have held internal discussion regarding the idea of trading Westbrook. Quote, the trio of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook simply hasn't blended as well as the Lakers figures hoped. And Los Angeles has held internal discussions on trade scenarios for Russell Westbrook. League sources told Bleacher Report, wrote Jake Fisher of the Bleacher Report, quote, but moving Westbrook in the 2-year, $91 million remaining contract doesn't seem unlikely. So, like I said, they said loading Westbrook's contract might be hard, but there are multiple teams out there who could use a guy that's capable of carrying a big offensive load. Perhaps a team like that would be interested in adding a 33-year-old. This season, Westbrook is averaging 19.5 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists a game. He's shooting 45.1% from the field, 32.4% from beyond the arc. The Lakers do have a winning record of 15-13, but many of the team's wins have come against lackluster opponents. LA remaining schedule is pretty tough. No matter what Westbrook future holds, the Lakers are likely going to have to play at a high level the rest of the way in order to earn a decent seat in the Western Conference. So, like I said, before he got traded here, I knew it wouldn't. Anybody who knew basketball knew it was a bad idea. And people in the Lakers organization seem like they don't know basketball. All right, and it's not common sense, man. We're working with LeBron James is Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? And the reason that Dwayne Wade shit and Chris Bosh worked is because Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh sacrificed. Westbrook is selfish, bro. I'm not saying he's a selfish person, but he's a selfish NBA player, bro. He's not gonna take a step back for LeBron James. All right, and he can't. I mean, let's see. He learned to shoot overnight. That's not gonna happen. So, like I said before, LeBron would have to make the adjustment of being on the block more and he continue to shoot well. But that's not going to happen. So, like I said before, you talking about teams that can use them. You got with 2 years and 91. Remember, that's to me that's fine, bro. Because you can take that and when his contract is up, you can flip an expired contract. You can have 91. So what's that? Roughly about 45 and some change. So you can have 45 million in cap space left. To me, that's straight. You some team like something that's on the up and up, bro. Hold on. You saw some team that's on the up and up, or you young, you planning on being up and up. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? That's my thing. Why wouldn't you, if you someone like Detroit or I'm a Piston fan, by the way, Pacers or something like Pacers don't play over the Raptors. In 2 years, but one after this season, you have an expiring contract. And teams like expiring contracts to create space so they dump players that they may no longer want or they may not be wanting to extend, and you dump them. So Westbrook ain't coming to a championship caliber team. Now, if I'm them when I swap him for Ben Simmons, I mean no, because you got the same problem with Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook if you Philadelphia 76ers. So if we talking about just fit and regardless, I mean the Knicks, why not? The Knicks, that'd be, they're not playing as well right now. They need a spark. They need a point guard. They can play full time and Derrick Rose be able to back them up and spell them. That might be a good trade for the Knicks. As far as I don't know their payroll, but that'd be a good trade for the Knicks. And then you have all that cap space later, and then you can put somebody else there, the Celtics. That's another good trade. They need a floor general. You got two guys who can space the floor, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Schroeder more of a scorer. So, yeah, if you the Celtics, you need a point guard. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, him and the Robert Williams got to be great in the pick and roll. If you the Celtics, yeah, you got a lot of young talent, Romeo Langford and, Aaron Neeson. And, Neeson might make it work in L.A. So, yeah. But, what would they be, really good? They want somebody – they want a name to come back, but you don't need a name. If you're looking at the Celtics, you need a guy. You need a guy that fit the bill. You need a guy like Al Horford who can come in and space the floor. Who know what it's like to play in playoff basketball. Somebody like Josh Richardson, who can space the floor, who can shoot. Aaron Neeson can shoot the ball. So you get a young guy Neeson that you can develop behind the scenes who can space and shoot the floor. You get somebody like Richardson right now you can bring off the bench who can run the show, who can score and shoot a little bit. I mean, you can even bring out Dennis Schroeder if you want to. Al Horford, but people or Marcus Smart, but they want somebody that can come in and be a name. Forget a name. You building a team, bro. The team is the objective, bro. A team that's built around AD and LeBron. You got enough superstar power, AD, LeBron. If you can develop Neeson, that can help your development down the line with LeBron. Neeson really can shoot the ball. I'm saying? Al Horford right now, he can play with AD, he can play with Dwight. He can defend. He's a veteran guy. He's older, but he still got a lot left in the tank, 35. But, but he can space the floor and shoot. Marcus Smart will be perfect. Somebody that can bring attitude, toughness. He's young enough. He can shoot the ball a bit. He'd be perfect going in their starting lineup. And he's 27 years old. And he bring that attitude and that grimy grittiness that you need. So, yeah, Westbrook to the Celtics make too much sense. It helped the Celtics. It gives Celtics a floor general that they need. So I don't know how the contract's like, but that makes too much sense, bro. Too much sense. Him going to Boston. You ain't trading him in the conference. It make Boston is probably the top team, bro. Because exactly what they need. They do need some help in the middle. Maybe sending Dwight back will help. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm not sure Miami need Russell Westbrook. But it's a good fit. Him and Jimmy Butler got the will to win. They still got a little deep. I didn't know Oladipo still was over there. Has he played this season yet? Hold on. Oh yeah, he played this season. No, that's last season. So he's still injured. So yeah, it says has yet to be cleared the full contact work. So yeah, he ain't ready yet. But how old is Oladipo? 29. If he can go back to his ways, he'd be perfect in Miami. But you looking at what they got to give. You don't want to part with Robinson. You don't want to part with Hero. You might have to part with one of them. The Morris guy, he ain't came back yet. So, yeah, I mean, I think PJ Tucker can help them, the Lakers. And Morris get helped, he can help them. And then they probably gonna want Hero. So that's gonna be a tough trade. And he already got Kyle Lowry too. I forgot about Lowry being over there. So yeah, they straight. And then you look at Cleveland, you can trade for Colin Sexton. He injured though. So unless you can come to an agreement with Colin Sexton, if you come to an agreement, you can get them to waive the medical. They got some guys you can use. You look at the team, you be like, well, Kevin Love is familiar with LeBron James. If you can sign Colin Sexton and you get him there, y'all can agree to an extension after you get there. That'll make sense. And then Lloyd Marketing is somebody they can use. Somebody like Al Horford, younger. He don't bring the defensive prowess that he brings. But, he able to stretch the floor. He's 7 foot. You can easily put him, he only 24. You can easily put him out there with AD. So, yeah, if you can take on this kid's contract, if you can pay this kid his contract and get him over there and get them to waive the medical, you can rehab him in LA. And then you can have somebody, out there next year that you can move in slow. And I think Colin Sexton got superstar potential. I just think, the Cleveland players didn't like him. I think LeBron James can really kind of integrate him socially. So you can go Kevin Love, Sexton, and Lloyd Marketing, and Cleveland can use somebody like Westbrook to run the show. So yeah, that make a lot of sense. So right now I like Cleveland and I like the Knicks, and who else we talk about? The Celtics. Cleveland and Celtics is about the same, but Orlando got a lot of guards, a ton of them. Suggs, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz. He don't really shoot the ball well. RJ Hampton. They got a lot of developmental guys. The guys that can shoot, like Gary Harris. They got a lot of developmental guys, bro. So with this trade, it really would be about Gary Harris. Each-one more people who could space the store shoot, but you would develop RJ Hampton behind the scenes, or you would develop a Markelle Fultz as shooting behind the scenes, or Jonathan Isaac. I'm sure if he came back yet, but yeah, that will kind of what this deal would be about. Gary Harris, Jonathan Isaac now developing RJ Hampton or Markelle Fultz down the line with their shooting, but RJ Hampton is a dog, bro. He's a dog. He just ain't, he young. He just ain't got an opportunity to show what he can do just yet. But yeah, he playing like he only playing like 20 minutes a game, but athletic, get to the rim. I mean, yeah, so Orlando may be a team that they looking for. So I mean, yeah, maybe Milwaukee, maybe I think it could work. I don't think it could work with him and Giannis, but um we're going out west. I mean Utah, if you want to trade, if you want to trade him to a competitor, Utah might be a place. If you want to keep them in, if you don't mind keeping them in conference, Utah can use another scorer that can take some a load off of Donovan Mitchell. I mean, obviously they probably want Jordan Clarkson back, and I don't think you're willing to give him. Bojanovic would be good for them. Michael Conley might be a guy. Obviously, he'd be in the deal. So, but I don't think you trade him to a competitor. Um, you don't trade him to the Clippers, the Nuggets, and they get Jamal Murray back. I mean, not too many places out west to go with it. The Pelicans. The Pelicans might be a place for him to go out west. I mean, you're not worried about them competing. You might look at a guy like Devontae Graham, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Shea Gillisley, that's his cousin. So Kira Lewis is injured. So you might look at it, Josh Hart, bring him back, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Devontae Graham, some guys you may look at, maybe Jackson Hayes down the line. So Willie Herman Gomez, Thomas Stravinsky, got some height, could shoot the ball. So maybe looking at some of those guys, man. Graham, Hayes, Nikhil, Josh Hart, and Willie Herman Gomez and Thomas Stravinsky. So yeah, that might be a good place for him to go. Some young guys that need some guidance, but right now Boston and Cleveland is the top two teams that he should go to, and then everybody else I talked about. But we gotta wait and see. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. But Ben Simmons and Philip, this same him and Ben Simmons basically the same player as far as offensive shooting. So yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media subscription. Twitter's the fastest way, and Facebook and Instagram. If you want to reach out, got a business question, inquiry, response, video, go hit me up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description, Cash App, and Venmo going to the bottom of the screen. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Best way to donate: thumbs up, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Get all notifications, increase your chance of getting notification. I drop a video, go live. Let me know in the comment section.